we're going to have coRe versus SortOf. That's right, Crackety. He's back already. People kept asking his chat, when are you going to play? When are you going to play? When are you going to do tournaments? He kept just waving it away, going, I need more time. Well, apparently, it's time for the Papa Swede to return.
Yeah, SortOf back in the game, and he's going to be facing off against the one and only, the majestic coRe, the mascot of Age of Empires 4, I want to say. At least when it comes to the German community. No hair versus a lot of hair. And we're going to be starting off with a familiar matchup. We got Byzantines against Abbasid on Lipany.
A comfort civ for SortOf as well. He's been playing quite a lot of it. I think maybe the state kind of rubbed off on him a little bit. I think like since SortOf returned, it's kind of French, Rus, and Abbasids at the core of it has been like his primary civs. Curious to see what he's learned with the Knights Templar though. Like that's an interesting thought. Is like I wouldn't have expected him to just jump back in, but I guess when you've got a lot to catch up on with all the civs, you might as well just enjoy catching up on one civ when no one else knows what to do yet.
KP, listen to this theory.
Oh, yeah?
Asian marshes, Knights Templar,
Oh,
you put jocks in the little ponds. It sounds like we're jumping immediately into our game number one, so let's just go right into it. Game number one, Abbasid versus Byzantines on Lipany.
that's right. Cool. With the Byzantines, which we've seen look pretty formidable in this matchup, but SortOf definitely no easy target when you consider the amount of Abbasid trainees he's been having here. We are going to be getting that standard opening. I say standard, it has become the standard opening of straight onto the stone for Byzantines. Some players like to go for one. Others prefer the 2 villager opening.
Yeah, I mean, 2 villagers, you delay your feudal age a little bit. It kind of depends on like what kind of timing you want to go for. If you're up against the Abbasid, chances are you're not going to be in time to deny the second TC anyways, so I can understand like going for the 2 villager opening here on stone and just taking it a little bit slower, but scaling your own economy a little bit quicker.
Look at this spawn as well. Sort of stone on the forward, but obviously, as you just mentioned, the harassment shouldn't really be coming that quick. Probably, because I think we're going to be seeing ecoing. We usually see ecoing. You could probably reach that deer berry on the south side. Something that's worth noting here is Abbasids can get away with greedier TCs against Byzantines because of the system change.
Yeah, and I think looking at the options here, I don't think this is going to be a trade map. The markets are just too close inwards.
No, like what you're on about. Like, the SortOf has a great trade option. Just look next to core's base.
Yeah, true. You just walk right through the middle.
Yeah, there's a stealth forest there. You'll be hidden. Be hidden twice.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, problems only exist when you acknowledge them. That's the way that life works. I'm just going to get asked. I mean, maybe camels?
We're gonna have Jugenu and elephants, surely.
And we... Why would we build those against the Abbasids?
Yes.
That's my favorite one. I get asked it so much. Oh, KP, show us the trade post. Why? He's not going to touch it. It's like 2 players in competitive that would actually use these neutral trade posts. And I'm sorry, but core's not one of them.
Mangadai.
Oh, actually, like Desert Raiders, maybe? Nah.
Oh, never mind. There's Jugenu and elephants. We got them.
Oh, okay. So I figured it out. This is going to be just like that last series. It's not going to be proxy Raxes next to the enemy base. It's going to be proxy mercenary houses.
Yes. I mean, you just use the very cheap cisterns now. And
You don't even need the cistern.
You build an aqueduct all the way over. Now, I mean, you want to use the cistern as well to, like, double buff them.
No. You want the cistern so that you can protect your investment with Presidium. You need the extra damage mitigation. Very important for those forward merc houses. All right, memeing aside, though, like, Biz probably going to be seeing the same thing we always do, which is, like, Javelin, Limitane.
It worked last time. Might as well go for it here in this one again.
Yeah, and I feel like in that last game, it would be fair to say, and it's no, like, discredit to players, but we saw it wasn't clean. Like, there was multiple kind of missed timings, it feels like, getting used to the new Byzantine mercenary pool.
Okay, Scout survived. Yeah, that definitely was a timing in the last one where I feel like there could have been survivability there. But this time we don't even have economy wing.
Yeah, you still go 2TC though. I don't mind this sort of because I think it's been discussed in great length. The idea of going 2TC on Eco Wing doesn't feel that worth. Like mathematically, it's not that great.
Yeah,
You can just
it's
wait
mainly due
later.
to the farms later on.
Exactly, and like later on when you do the farms, well, usually you'll be in Castle Age, so you can go for Eco Wing then. I think it comes down to whether you think you can't get Castle Age. Like Eco Wing on 2TC, in my eyes, only feels good when you're 20 minutes into the game and you're stuck building in feudal, because then you need farms.
And having the military wing is really great here as well because of boot camp, which means that your spearmen are able to survive 2 additional javelin throw attacks, and your archers are going to be able to survive 1 additional javelin throw attack.
And we've already seen the spears are the counter to javelins, so it works quite nicely. In terms of raw health as well, it just makes you comparative with the Mitane without having that more expensive investment. So, boys are running over. All right, hear me out. Crazy idea. We open with a ram, and we take out a cistern.
Maybe, but I don't think that the timing's going to be quite right. Actually, we got an archer range opening here now from coRe. So he's going to deal with that.
What?
Sister level 3 is pretty close there as well, so military units are going to be coming out quite quickly. Just go up to 3 archers, and yeah, then you're fine with dealing with this.
Yeah, and like usually you don't expect to see this out of Byzantines because they can just counter with a jav or counter with a longbow, but you're seeing the problem. Like you didn't feel safe going onto the berry straight away, and the first merc timing is notably worse than it used to be. So, cool adaptation by coRe. Dangerous against military wing if you have to now lean into archers though.
Yeah, I like it because SortOf also like delays his own second TC. And coRe is still getting cisterns out, so coRe is still scaling. SortOf has delayed his scaling. Then again, he is getting some economy upgrades to make up for it.
And we almost have the second TC, which you have the time. Go for it. Deer and berries. A good life.
Oh, that's a really good spot. It's not even just a small berry patch, it's a big berry patch.
Yeah, and also it's his starting tree line. This is always the ideal situation because once you chop through that tree line, you essentially connect your base. It kind of just makes you a lot more secure overall.
Yeah. And now we're getting some Limit in. The only issue with this is, though, that coRe sees this, and it's a very attackable TC.
It is, but there's also some benefits, like that tiny choke point just to the south of the screen. I think this is a very wallable secondary TC, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, especially if your plan is to play mass archers, it works really nicely because your opponent won't be able to flex his melee in small areas.
That's true. Then again, Byzantines, when do they really flex their melee? It's mainly
True.
a shield anyways.
And there's that backline. Javelin's now going to be coming in for coRe.
Yeah.
They come out so fast. Like it's crazy, the production speed ramp up. Like I was shocked. I kind of felt like it was going to be nice past the first 2 mercenary pumps. Yeah. I always thought it'd be nice past two mercs, but I thought definitely like mercenary pull 1 was going to be later. Mercenary pull 2 not being late, I think, was the biggest shock about this new build. It's quicker.
Yeah. I mean, not just that, but also then once you transition into Castle Age with the Golden Horn Tower, it's crazy how quickly you get units out with it.
And it just feels nice because by scaling the systems like this, one of the biggest criticisms historically about the mercenaries is that you have to stockpile this resource and then invest it, and it's like a long holding pattern, right? Compared to just building an archer or building a spearman. Well, now, because of the production speed ramp up, you're not actually holding the resources for long. So that point in the game where you have deadweight economy, that window is actually smaller than it used to be.
SortOf is now scaling into mass archers. Siege engineering coming in for coRe, so Siphon should be on the menu fairly soon for him. Doesn't have the javelins out that yet, though.
No,
have to wait a bit.
He's got the first pump, but obviously there was that idle time on the Grand Winery. Most players are usually on there when he wasn't because SortOf's drive by. So let's change things a little bit. We have got Spearman getting added in now by SortOf.
First Siphon coming in. Already has enough resource for a second one, so very quick. 2 Siphon push.
Yep, and
The
then
middle. Jav's now here as well.
I think the nice thing is like the timing on this might actually set up for the second Javs to arrive before you fight.
He doesn't have the resource to queue them yet.
Once he
Gonna
does,
have to wait a
though,
bit.
they take like 30 seconds? I
The
think
question
it's...
is, will he wait? Would be better. Because if you get 8 javelin throws, you can one-shot the archers.
If you've ever experienced coRe, you know that he's not a very patient guy. Like, you know, has he ever done it in your chat? Like, KP, I got a game you need to cast. And he just keeps telling you and telling you. Free here? Like, this is what I mean. No patience.
No, this is patience. He's not going with 1. He's not going with 2. He's taking his time.
Yeah, but this is like full aggro to the extreme. Triple hero siphon. And the javelins are getting in the way.
A strong unit makes sense.
I guarantee you he's going to attack before the javs arrive. I can just feel it.
If he at least gets +1 pierce armor before, he's not.
Oh, so what was that about patience? He's like, patience?
Let me defend,
yeah, I'm going to make him a
my fellow
patient.
German fellow here.
Blitzkrieg is in the blood, I guess. We've got triple hero siphon moving in. There's only 6 spearmen for SortOf. Hey,
Definitely not enough here.
Oh, javelins are going to stand the ground. By the way, that's sinful.
It's so much damage now, though.
That deer right there, not medium rare. That is well done, or as I like to refer to it, ruined. Just like the TC.
I mean, look at how quickly our TC is going down. I'm not even sure if the village is going to be able to defend it in time.
No, there's not going to be enough pull to do so. It's just so muddy. The javelins are not really getting prio-fired, but the spearmen are now switching on them finally. Can he keep it alive? This is going to be tight. He did get rid of one of the hero siphons. Second one down. Oh my god, no.
Oh, he's able to keep it alive.
He keeps it. How many villages was that? It only felt like 5, maybe? He must have pulled more to the north.
Oh, if only he waited for the second batch.
No, like
destruction value.
Yeah, can we check the repair crew on the TC? That's like the most important thing. I felt like he barely pulled anyone. Yeah, it was 4, maybe 5, because there was one on the front. That's crazy.
Looks like it was enough for him. But yeah, coRe, he didn't get any blacksmith upgrades in. None additional after the siege engineering one. I think that was the crucial mistake, not having +1 pierce armor. Meanwhile, his opponent, he had +1 pierce damage.
Especially against archers, with the way the calculation works, because obviously it always removes...
Not making any units.
With armor before the percentage, and SortOf, I think you just take castle here.
I mean, coRe's not making any units right now.
No, because he's trying to take castle too, but like, there's a very big difference here, coRe. You kind of need someone to protect you. SortOf has got a giant Gatling gun, massive archers ready to barrel.
Oh, this is gonna feel not so good in a little bit, I feel like.
Now SortOf doesn't realize yet that there's nothing else built. If he gets a whiff of it, this is a full dive.
Yeah.
And wait,
Sees
checking
the
the back.
outpost coming up.
He's not going any deeper though.
Look at that. He's gonna wall the entire front side now of his base, the entire left half or right half.
Just a basic gameplay. At this point, I think SortOf might be getting suspicious. Like, wait a second. All right, yeah, coRe genius. He's like, wait, Asian sheeps? They're not gonna scout me.
All right, age up coming in now for SortOf. Economic wing coming in. coRe about to be able to age up as well, but SortOf, he's walked around the base.
Circling like a shark.
Arrive at the gold in a little bit.
There might be an angle where he's seen him. Wait.
No.
No, he isn't going, though. He's only sending like 5 archers, and he's pulling the rest back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
He's gonna get the information out of it, though. He might just pull all the other units now back as well, if he sees it.
I think he's paranoid that there's like more javelins than there actually is. Yeah, so he just walks them home. Oh, that's unbelievable.
coRe blocks the wall off.
Wait, but coRe, check coRe's vision. He thinks there's more. I mean, why wouldn't you think there's more? Your opponent just dove your landmark.
There's the javelins. They are gonna move over. There we go. Yeah, this means that the age-up time is actually gonna be fairly similar, and suddenly the script differs to how it was in the last time we saw this matchup.
The crazy thing is, I think if SortOf had all the archers there, the javelins can't boot him out. He just gets a full age-up advantage. That's crazy.
He bowled with so many villagers, the wall's almost finished. On both sides again.
Yeah, like, I don't know if this will be final form SortOf or him just getting used to the game again, because if you ask most high-level players right now, you really don't wall like this at 13 minutes. It's very difficult these days.
Second villager going down. And coRe, he has to worry about his economy now. Last time there was a, like, 12, 13 village difference. Now we're at 22.
Yeah, and last time there was a dive point that you could foresee. There was a window of 3 minutes of tech up advantage. The Varangian can pump fast, but SortOf's already got Lancers on the way.
And not just Lancers, but also all the upgrades needed for his archers to do well against the Varangians as well.
Only thing missing is going to be composite bows, but no doubt that'll be coming down the line after things like Fertile Crescent. Because at this stage, SortOf probably doesn't want to be running risk on the deer and the berries, wants the option to potentially go into farms.
That's a lot of archery ranges. Willem's now prepped as well. He almost has the resource for composite bows behind it all.
It's got to be tempting at 20 archers. Too tempting. There we go.
There we go, yeah.
So, coRe, why are we... We'll just say he's waiting for more troops. I think he's just simply waiting before diving. He wants more Varangian here. And javelins. They are going to start sniping out. So, like, there is a second layer to why he does this. Obviously, if he runs around the wall and then has to kind of retreat, his army can get divided, and it means that SortOf can just run through melee and hit javelins. So it does make sense why coRe does that while waiting for reinforcements. But I don't know if he's really benefiting from waiting here.
Yeah, this is starting to become awkward. SortOf, he's getting the reinforcements in quite quickly.
TC.
Inside of his base. Yeah, he is.
While being
He's got
attacked.
the resources for it.
Oh
I mean, is he really being attacked? Oh no, coRe, he activated the Berserking.
Wait, against Ghoulems? Oh no.
That's not where you want to activate it.
No,
-4 armor.
And the archers as well. There's even 1 or 2 crossbows in there. This is a rough trade. Ghoulems now with a double strike will melt the javelins. coRe, where's the micro? He's just full stand ground.
Ay. And behind that, SortOf actually got even more worker kills. I think he was just raiding with the Lancers inside of
He's in the base. He's literally where the olive grove should be.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Even Akatoy defense to try and protect him. Does finally get rid of the Lancers, but I mean, this screen tells no lie. It is now a 32 villager lead. 1 TC versus 3. If coRe cannot get in and demolish the Abbasid villages in the next 2 minutes, this just turns into a raw scale game.
Yeah. I mean, coRe, he's going to need like 3 additional TCs if he wants to catch up, but that would leave him open to a timing attack from SortOf then.
I mean, he's got the stone, so I guess we're doing it, Crackety. I think we're going to be TC racing the Abbasids.
He's getting in some relics, but the last relic is behind a wall, so SortOf kind of has priority on that.
Second wave arrives. For a moment there, coRe's like, wow, this is a good fight. Not anymore. And there's the second TC. So coRe is going to try to play catch up here. I mean, let's look for the positive. SortOf, I don't think he's set up farms yet. He's maybe got like 8 or 9. So there's like limited food. There is a small window for coRe to get away with 2 TC. The problem is I don't know if 2 TC is enough.
It definitely doesn't feel like it's enough, especially since SortOf now has prepped his 3rd TC as well. coRe, he's getting 160 olive oil per minute now passively in from the relics. Question is, how much more do you want? Okay, never mind. Actually, something good is happening here for coRe now. We're seeing horsemen coming in from SortOf while coRe is already prepping the camel riders.
That's kind of crazy. We'll have to see if it's going to be scalable quick enough for him, because the key thing to keep in mind here is SortOf, with this type of economy, with farms coming up as well, should be able to just vomit out a lot of horsemen fast. And this is a game where coRe has built a grand total of 0 wolves.
Yeah, it's not optimal. A lot of the villagers also outside the range of any of the cisterns, so these villagers here right now, they're not really gathering much more efficiently. And now the horsemen, they're going wide, they're going on the sides, they're gonna... this is gonna be tough. coRe, he's gonna have to split his army apart, but it's not really something that he can afford to do.
It's not really a fast army to split either. Also, when there's just looming pressure on the front of the base, you're just going to be paranoid about that. Lancer also just moves out on the flank, likely to keep the army in the area. Right now, SortOf hasn't rallied those horsemen on the flank in. But he's waiting for the veterancy. Okay.
Looks like he isn't going for the berries.
No, that's a selectable
going
army.
for the front side of the base. Oh, never mind. He changes direction. Now he's going to split off.
He found the monk as well. Yeah, so gets the monk, gets the villagers. There's no Akratoy play, because as you mentioned, no system here. And look at the move. SortOf straight away goes for the intercept. He's going to force coRe to fight him. Just too much to get out.
To make their way out. Now split off of the army. I mean, the javelins, they're going to be able to chase us down. There are some crossbows in there.
Needs to get rid of that branching.
Overall, it's going to be slower.
Yeah, Horsemen, you don't really want to have the front line here. Go straight for the javelins instead. Second wave now arriving. There's also a third to the south side. It's going to be full surrounds. coRe, it's an overextension.
Javelins still trying to do their best, but army count, it's just way too much, and GG has to be called here.
SortOf.
Need to hold on.
Wow, that timing was kind of sick. For a moment, I felt like he was heading into the wrong unit composition, but coRe, you mentioned those berries were kind of key. He needed to be on that flank. He needed to play wide, and we see how it bites him in the butt. And gives SortOf, a player who has not been active for a very long time, recently been back on the grind, the early lead in this series.
It's kind of crazy how long the income was similar.
Yeah. Remember last time we had the chart where Byzantines were always ahead. But in this one, Biz is, oh God, it's not HRE levels of economy, but let's be real, it's not far off.
That could have been such a crazy game if coRe just waited for the second batch of the javelin throwers and had +2 pierce armor, or +1 pierce armor. Would have been such a completely different game.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't think he needed free hero siphons. I often feel like free hero siphons is a bait. So with Rams, it's the classic. No free TC Ram Rush, you're going to fail or get repaired. But hero siphons tend to be more valuable in entities of 1, I found. And then 2, and then just putting the extra resources into extra units so you can actually stop the repair tends to work better on average from what we've been seeing. So, between the javelins, maybe having a few more Limitane there could have been the difference.
I agree tentatively. However, with the macro that coRe had, it was optimal going for the third Kira Siphon. He had the resources for everything, but he rushed it just at 20 seconds too early. He didn't get the upgrades in, even though he had the resources for it, which was very unfortunate. I'm not sure if he thought he queued them up ahead of time, but didn't. I think it must have been something like that. And then the game kind of spiraled out of control from there on out. Next up, though,
you don't get your dream.
We have Frisian Marshes.
Yeah, no nice.
We have Frisian Marshes with China against Rus.
Yeah, so just, I'd say some classics, but one's a classic of, yes, this Civ is dominant in China. The other is a classic from 2022. Rus, some players still like to go for it, but it kind of fell off. I don't think it's necessarily because it's bad here. It's just it felt like it was so applicable on many different maps. Whereas I find Frisian is more specialist in that regard. Mongols, Chinese, used to be Abbasids. A little bit surprised actually. I guess, yeah, Knights Templar. I don't think it makes much sense here. I'm not sure really what the true upside would have been.
Yeah, I think China has a good matchup into this. But Rus is still always solid. You get a large gold, wood line in the back as well. That's going to be optimal for your high trade house play. Not sure if you even want to go for 2 TC. I think just fast castling here is good enough.
Yeah.
The question is, what do you want to do after that?
The question is
just try and collect relics and then go for a second TC. I don't think you can immediately end the game.
No, my thought here is China can be favored because they're all in. I find Rus prefer maps with breadth because of the fast castle into relic grab and horse archers. It lets you raid, right? But Frisian, and I can't believe I actually like the map because you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of overly turtly maps. It is a turtle map. That's fundamentally the issue that makes certain civs really good is you get a lot of safe food in the corner and you can camp there for a long time. But it also has negatives. We're going to see if those negatives arise or if SortOf is going to arise strong here in the round of 32. Because we're hopping to game number 2, coRe versus SortOf. SortOf with a very impressive early lead here. coRe arguably does have the better civ. China just feels like top dog time and time again. And that is disgusting. No sharing trees in my hunting cabin woods.
Looks like it's only a single tree though that's being shared, so that's fine.
Nope, no, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be like my child here. who doesn't even want the toy, but then some other kid picks up the toy. You can't have that tree.
It's gonna be good passive gold income either way. Probably around like 18 to 20 gold per hunting cabin there per minute. So quite good there. Looking quite good. And looks like we will have a no IO opening here from coRe.
Yeah.
Should be a big age up. I'm wondering if he's gonna. It doesn't make a lot of sense, in my opinion, to go for Pro Scout here. He might still opt for it though. Like, you get so many sheep. I think it's better, honestly, to just go out to the fish, like at a Barbican next to like one of the ponds, and then you just go there naturally.
I think the spawn is kind of tempting to Pro Scout, just because you'd be like, oh wow, I can grab mine really easily and then take his. But yeah, you are going to be in a race. The argument is whether you can Barbican and secure like enough deer to ruin SortOf's Pro Scouts, because like we should in theory at least be seeing Roos Pro Scouts.
Yeah, Roos do definitely have great tools for Pro Scout. That again, I still don't think that it's like completely necessary.
On this map, maybe not. Like, you can get away with a lot. And yeah, just like, yes, we have many ones and zeros on the screen because we're all secretly made up a code. But just to remind people, the score right now is 1-0. If it turns out to be 1-1, I really need to re-emphasize the fact that we are not from the future. We do not know games outcomes.
There you go.
Whoa, sorry. I rubbed my glasses. I must have had something on them. Imperial Academy now coming in, as to be expected. I like it when you look for that kind of Barbican delay timing. It's awkward because like you're sacrificing Chiganu, but we've seen on this map in particular that Barbican drop can be super effective. One of the exceptions is against Roos, because for some reason this Civ is more capable than any other of not touching gold for 20 minutes.
Golden Gate coming. Oh my god. First time I see that Roos also has a bounty overlay now.
All right. Wait. This is the first time you've seen. So like, I understand me I understand me missing out on the Vizier point appearing, but dog, like Roos is everywhere. Even if you hover on it, you even get to see the numbers and everything.
I don't observe or cast a lot of games in my spare time. I'll say that much.
I cast too many. I gotta get a hobby. A little bit of Heroes Might Magic in my spare time, but apparently I should spend some time playing more. Oh. You know, Anatan's apparently very high ranked on that game.
On which one?
Heroes of Might and Magic.
Really?
It's a very... Yeah,
Wait,
apparently he's got good ranking.
Heroes of Might... Was that the card game?
No, Heroes of Might and Magic 3 is the turn-based game where, like, you have, like, Hexa combat and you have an overlord to move around.
Yeah, okay. I remember.
Yeah, like a top 5 all-time strategy game.
But, okay, yeah. And Anatan's quite... Okay, I can imagine.
Oh yeah, like, he came in my chat and he's like, oh, I'm gonna freaking wreck you. I'm like, bruh, like... By the time I'm done with you, you have to change your name to Dinotan. You definitely ain't going to be A tier anymore. So, like, yeah, we're going to be ego challenge each other on that game eventually. He could have Age of Empires 4. Like, I ain't trying to play catch up there. But Golden Gate coming in is not really surprising. Honestly, like, I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't want to say Kremlin is above. I actually think I just want it to be reworked. Make it something else. Make it quirky.
Yeah, definitely... other opportunities with the Kremlin at the moment, but we do have a lot of villagers moving forward. Kind of makes me think that we are going to see a play onto the deer.
Against China. That's like very dangerous against... It has to be boar. Like 8 for deer versus... Yeah, it's boar. But it's going to be a good hunting cabin. My only concern is the moment this gets seen, coRe could technically... Okay, no, he's gone Pro Scouts. You're safe.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean, this is crazy, because I think if coRe doesn't go Pro Scouts, this is super punishable.
It is, 100%, mainly because you can also just Barbican the middle, like Barbican next to the Sacred Site. You could deny the boar, the woodline, the relic, Sacred Site. I don't think that's going to be the plan here from coRe. He's, as you mentioned, he's just going to go for the Pro Scout, which is a lot more expensive now, but China, pretty decent economy, they can still afford it.
I think SortOf can make this truly worthwhile if he shoves the deer towards the fortress now. Because I think if you leave the deer loose like this, Pro Scouts can still take it all away. And like long-term, coRe's going to be quite happy with that.
First couple of deer are being brought back now. But you can tell, like, the nerf's been there. coRe immediately with the reaction, though. Counterattacks. And even though your scout's a lot slower, he still does the same damage.
You guys want to watch the scout go back to base? It takes a long time.
They aren't as fast as they used to be. 0.73, yeah, they're gonna take some time.
This right here, that's one of those ponies that's due for the glue factory. All right, like old Butter here is like 25 years old.
Oh,
Hips kicking.
Look at those walls coming out of SortOf. He's just got to wall the entire middle of the map. Spearman coming out as well.
I mean, this is about walling the div, I think. But like, if it was, would it not be more value to V-wall than line wall?
The thing is, like, you're not just walling the deer, you're also walling off all the other food resource, like the entire rest of the map, right? Like, you're walling off the gold, you're walling off the shoreline fish. So you have a lot of resources there for you. Like, this is a wall that you want to get up eventually anyways.
This is very old school from SortOf, though. This is the second game where he's been very focused on walling. You know, it was much later in the Abasa game, but we even said at the time, like, most players won't try to full-length map wall. And we're now 7 minutes in the game, and he's doing the connect all four, right? He's doing all the tiny little lodge tree lines, which we've seen people try to strategically wall the whole map at this stage, which is technically what he's eventually doing. And I want to say only like 20% of the time did it work. You always feel like you never get the walls up quick enough.
I mean, he's got the resources for it, just from the passive wood income. Well, not passive wood income, but he's been gathering wood for the expansion out onto the boar, so he had some left over. He had it all prepped up to go for. Find this, like, the castle age timing is still going to be really solid here for him.
Yeah, I like it. Like, obviously, pro scouts would have slowed him down more than just pulling for the boar here. It was kind of crazy he made that commitment without wheelbarrow. I think that's maybe the one kind of shocker, because that was a very long walk. But it's played out well. We do have archers now from coRe to count the spears, but useless against the wooden fortress. Did he actually get a stone emplacement? He did not. So you could maybe be a bit annoying about this.
Yeah, high trade house now coming up. Even rewalling a little bit there towards his TC. Means that the archers aren't going to be able to really find any value here from coRe now. An Imperial Palace now coming up from coRe.
A high trade house is probably going to be about 156 gold.
It's going to be very solid. It's going to be like 2-ish relics worth, for sure.
Yeah, because I think he's clipping the west side tree line.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, maybe... no, I think 156, 166 range.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Along those lines. It's still, like, you can always just guess, okay, it should be right around 2 relics. But look at that coRe. He realized there aren't any villagers next to the TC.
Oh, no. Okay, and there's no one to protect him right now. He's prepping stables, which is a slow response to this. Wow, coRe really wants that one kill. We'll be able to get it. And right, this is a lot of other time he can achieve. Yeah. He's going to be pinned in the corner.
Never mind, he's going forward.
Okay. That was a cool idea. I think like if the villagers chase you all the way, you just run straight into the corner. You know you're going to die, but you've maximized idle time.
Yeah.
But still. Behind this, coRe has teched up already. I don't know how I feel about SortOf dropping stables. You're in a night rush now against a Civ that can supervise.
SortOf's actually making men-at-arms as well. Oh no,
yeah.
Where's that knight going? That's the one unit that you don't want to go up against.
But like, this is the thing. It's only 4 spears in total. He is going veteran knights. How you need 3 stables at least to justify this.
He's gonna need a lot. We do have the supervision on the monastery as well, so it looks like coRe really wants to get onto these relics as quickly as possible.
This timing feels so dirty. 12 seconds per monk.
It is quite quick, yeah.
Wow, okay,
so... Oh, it takes a lot longer for SortOf to get those monks out. They're also so much more expensive.
It's grandpa speed, but I like this at least from SortOf. I was skeptical about the knights. I'm glad he actually dropped the archery ranges.
Yeah, cav archers are going to be super strong here now. Especially up against the knights. Just getting a whole bunch of those cav archers in. And then coRe is going to need walls eventually. You cannot not make walls against cav archers. Either walls or you gotta put like outposts everywhere.
If you camp in the corner.
You still got the outposts.
Yeah, but I can delude myself. It's a defensive map.
Oh,
Crossbows.
Monk gets noticed.
Wait. I mean, that's crafty from coRe. He can actually trigger the wall and then just charge with the backstab. So if he does it straight away, it's going to be really annoying for SortOf. Yeah. Wait, no. Wait, coRe, no, that's your Wololo. coRe, that's your... coRe, it's your Wololo!
He wanted to get them converted. No, he wanted to actually convert them.
So he gets one that has 1 HP. I
Died
can't
immediately.
I can't help but feel it just would have been better to kill them all, but I guess if he does get old man sort of, it's worth it. And horse archers haven't been revealed yet. This is about to come up.
I think
Did he just wait? But he didn't ever build a knight, did he?
He hasn't. He went for the upgrade, but he didn't make
Yeah,
a
yeah,
knight.
yeah,
Actually, can we check, did he cancel the upgrade? He didn't there are some knights in queue.
Okay.
Wait, no, they're not.
Wait, no, there's not. You're looking at the wrong side.
I'm looking at them because the
Please.
observer's looking at the wrong side.
So like there's 170 cha-ching. In fairness, we hit bounty 2 though. So stables, can we click on the stables of the roost? Like, because veterancy, it's not insanely expensive, but it's still wasted resource.
It doesn't matter when you're playing it with Roos.
Yeah,
you
he
can just
did.
go to knights later on.
Yeah, and that's my fault. It's like adding in 1 or 2 knights, not a bad idea to kind of front line. Unfortunately, core already has the next step. Like crossbows will keep you off that comp. So sort of like spears. I kind of like this. We've seen
Horse
spears.
archers, yeah. I mean, spears and cav archers together are just really, really solid, really good.
Even better these days since crossbows just tickle a little bit compared to what they used to do against the spears.
Yeah. I mean, you can get so many of these units out as well. Like, in mass, you can just have the spearmen pretty much tank up all the damage, and the cav archers are the real bread and butter in the end anyways. They do so much damage in mass, just space. It makes it pretty much impossible to counter out the unit with quality. You need quantity.
Remember the old school build, right? Just horse archers and a front line of scouts. It's just you basically want meat.
Yeah.
Something that protects.
That's what it used to be. Just mass up scouts, get Boy's Fortitude on the scouts, and just keep pumping scouts and cav archers.
I mean, that's why they had to nerf them.
Yeah, in the first place.
Yeah, like once upon a time they
kinda-
were 50 food? Yeah, 50 food, I remember.
50 food and, 4 damage instead of 1.
Those are the dark days.
And also animation cancelling. Yeah, they were pretty solid. Ooh, he walled him off!
Uh-oh. We can bring her in roses. So, like, at this
Yeah.
point, at least you waste time.
The knights are kind of
wait.
officially dead, though.
Are they officially dead? Like, did you file the reports?
Yeah, they're officially dead.
Do we have a date for the funeral?
No, none decided yet. Oh,
Cremation or bury? Whoa, okay, those getting cremated.
Let's
The
see.
villagers. I don't think he's going to be able to get away with more than maybe 1 there. Crossbows are actually just tanking it underneath the fortifications.
Sprinkle Tower is doing a good amount of damage to them. You should I see here, coRe, he's doing damage, but he's throwing a lot of the military away, and sort of, he's just going to get a second TC up behind this.
Yeah, but who cares? I'm going Imperial Age.
He is. I'm just not sure what for.
Great Wall Gatehouse's base. Hear me out. If you build it next to his Golden Gate, you can landmark snipe everything. No,
Maybe
that's lame.
secure sacred sites?
Like right next to the Golden Gate to the west side, because then you siege all the buildings.
He doesn't have a military to push up to that point, though.
Because then, like, gate count as gate. You don't need military crackety. We've got a stealth forest.
Core's getting his own second TC up as well behind this.
Why not just Yuan here with 3 relics?
Why not both? Song
At this rate-
until you get to 100 villagers, and then you and after.
Oh my god, Core's that person in the shop, like, you show a few options to, it's like, maybe this one? Maybe the green one?
Do you have this one in blue?
Show me the yellow again? Do you have the
put
matching
them up
pack in
next
black?
to each other, side by side?
Do you have an assistant who can try on the other one so I can compare? So this is a
Okay, now it's
Wendy's.
starting to get awkward. This is starting to get really, really awkward now for Core.
Like who's building it? Like, wait, he's got 2
can't.
different walls right now, Crackety, on each sacred site.
That's the thing. Like, this greedy Imperial Age, like, I get it. I've been in that situation before, but because I've been in that situation before, I know that it just usually doesn't really work that well. And
I think
the thing is, SortOf had an outpost there. He knows about this.
I mean, I'm just getting
Oh,
flashbacks
it's
to a Numenor
no.
Beastie game where Numenor
Okay,
camped his China and won. And I almost feel like core's like, well, it worked. It's like, yeah, it worked because his opponent couldn't be asked to play the game. This is brutal. That's practically the entire eco lead.
So, like coRe, he just needs to give up on the idea of Imperial Age. Just make mass Jugunu or make any mass of any unit. You just need a Spirit Way instead. Okay,
that's an interesting idea.
And it's got a third TC behind this.
Yeah, like all your ideas there are interesting, Crackety, but do you have it in purple?
Oh my god. Okay, this is starting to become a little bit crazy now. I've been in this situation, and man, you need massive units now.
What economy?
He's got enough. Like Spirit Way, the cool thing about it is it allows you to research elite on Jugunu.
Yeah.
For like half cost.
That's true.
And quicker as well. So in theory, he's got enough resources to just mass up Jugunu, and that's what he's doing right now. Okay, so that's good. Imperial Age Jugunu, if he's able to just pump them, he can still leverage his position.
Yeah, and like sort of, he's prepping men at arms, but the reality check is like you get the blacksmith tech prioritized plus the elite tech, and you just don't care. Like you will still shred him. Like this is, I'll go give him credit. coRe, it looks like he's scooping together a plan again from what looked like a completely scrambled brain position.
Yeah, the brain was definitely scrambled there a little bit.
Yeah, it was like it was connected to your Vodafone wireless hub.
Dude, it hurts, man. That's too far.
See,
it's such a big issue, dude.
I mean, not as big as the issue that sort of might face it if he doesn't sketch together a logical plan fast. Mango's against.
We're already up to 30 Shugunus with 10 more in queue.
Yeah, but
They're
like
all
sort of's answer of Mango's here is, I feel like very dated. I mean, even back in the days when Mango's were good, like Chuganu could snipe them quite easily. No.
It is an answer for sure. It's not the greatest one. It kind of depends on where he wants to take the fight, because he is getting a wall up, and the mangonels at least are gonna mean that sort of can protect the wall. He can hold the door, so to say.
I mean, the scary thing here is I don't think sort of has a clue that it's free TC.
Yeah, coRe right now he's kind of channeling his inner 194.
Yeah, coRe's in full if I do everything mode. They never expect everything. That's way too greedy. There's no civ in the game that could do everything at once, Crackety.
None.
No, none at all.
Starts decapping now on the sacred side.
I
Sort
mean,
of still raiding, though. He's actively raiding now on the food economy at the pond.
Yeah, ponds are getting shut down temporarily. But it's unfortunate when your whole plan gets stopped by a single outpost. Welcome to Horse Archer life. Meanwhile, these guys can actually blow up buildings.
Can, but we are getting mangonels in now after all. Sort of, though, he's not really close anytime soon to age up. He's getting veterancy now in the Horsemen. Boy's Fortitude Horsemen are still pretty good here.
Meanwhile, ancient techniques coming in for
No, they also have the Spirit Way upgrade on the Jugunu as well, so they actually get more attack speed when the unit dies and start healing up as well.
Correct me if I'm wrong, it doesn't work when you delete, correct?
I know it worked when you delete. I'm not sure if it still does.
Because if it still does, I don't know.
Making it.
Yeah, it's like it's Stim Marines from StarCraft. Just press the delete key, do a little bit of damage to yourself, and you Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mango's actually spooked him. coRe's now going Horseman as well. Can sort of get Imperial.
Like, coRe doesn't have a good enough food economy, though, I feel like. He's kind of chewed through all of his... Yeah, he kind of chewed through all of his deer now.
And he has no farms yet. He's not... Yeah, he's starting to switch to wood, but...
Yeah. He's got he's kind of secured the spot now where he wants to drop the granaries. And he is still getting a lot of the shoreline fish in, which is great. Yeah, that's a little feeling, so a couple mangonel shots might have hit there.
That's kind of the sad feeling. I mangoed him. Okay, why are they full health again?
I think it's great. Okay, we are getting incendiaries. Oh, dude, incendiaries now with the Jugunu. They're gonna chew through the wall.
Like a Rottweiler through a corner in your house. They go hard.
11 damage. Like, this is the moment now, but SortOf's about to also be able to age up.
Did you know these guys are worse siege weapons than axe throwers?
Yeah. The issue is that he's got a much better army composition out now, a much better position on the map overall.
And now high armory in the way.
The timing. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, like high armory is just going to enable him to spam more mangoes. I don't know. Like he's trying to move for it now. I just think the horsemen. I just don't see the picture that he can paint right now with them. Mango wallops. Nice. We got a heal. He literally lost one guy, and all the rest are getting their boo-boos kissed.
Even the monk wants to get a piece of the action.
Yeah, you know how we had the horse archer scout meta we were talking about? This is the new one. It's the Chigenu monk meta. Very effective frontline.
Getting so much value now as well. I'm surprised that coRe doesn't have more wood already in order to start transitioning.
Same.
He's getting a lot of the upgrades in though, a lot of the economy upgrades.
It just hurts though. Like his eco lead isn't that impressive.
I like that he's getting bombards in. If he gets like 3-4 bombards in, he can start easily taking down the mangonels and start pushing in. Just slow push in. At this point, the horsemen don't have enough upgrades yet to really win fights.
No, the other interesting thing is the mangonel kind of defense strategy here. Like, it's great to keep SortOf alive, but this feels like a point in the game where he wants to be able to now punish coRe for missing his timing. I don't think you can yet. He has to kind of like just drag this out a little bit more, and that might actually give coRe the time he needs to start setting up farms.
Getting a university in now. Both players got really good economy upgrades here coming through. The main issue that I see for coRe is he's got like a position in the middle of the map. He just isn't leveraging enough. Like, if there was a keep now in the middle of the map securing the large stone vein, that would be awesome.
Yeah, the problem I'm seeing here is obviously SortOf took the defensive motion. He set up all the walls. coRe has literally got nothing truly defending him. So we're in late game. It's Rus. Boy's fortitude scales really well into biology, and you're open. You can already see where it's going. It's happening again towards the fishing.
Yeah, the raids are coming in again. coRe has only just started setting up the granaries. And yeah, I feel like it really like, oh my god, this is so many villages being idled out again.
He could block him. He could actually block him on this choke point. He's moving for it now. SortOf with a big brain. Cuts him off on the retreat, and that is going to turn into a massacre.
At the same time, coRe is trying to push the middle. That's a lot of mangonels now, though.
He's got some stealthy.
A lot of damage.
Still, he's hemorrhaging eco. This is also going to end up finding the farms. He needs a big win here. He needs it fast. Bombards do arrive. There's not 3 of them. He doesn't insta-kill the mangoes. I think he's breaking them. This is looking like a 2-0. SortOf, he's going deeper. He's going to see the farms.
I'm not sure.
And he's kicking the chook.
Cleaning up.
The mangoes, though. Like, I think there's just enough here. Streltsy also now arriving. So it's going to be a trade out of both armies. But coRe, look at his food income.
It's not really existent, but he's got stone now. And he's still got a great frontal position here. There's still enough Shuganu to one-shot-ish.
And the mango isn't finishing them off as quickly anymore. Okay, so a slowdown here. More horsemen are arriving with SortOf. He will be able to reclaim this position. In the meantime, coRe is in shambles. Look in his base. The screen within the screen. The farms, they got caught at the absolute infancy.
Yeah, this is really hemorrhaging him right now. He's falling behind very far when it comes to the... Oh my god, the villagers, they went back out. What? How many villages has he lost so far? It has to be like 50-ish.
We'll know when we're done looking at everything else dying for coRe. Because then we have the necessary tally. Even the bombard's now going down. 52!
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. But we are at least getting the food transition. And now the keep, not at the farms where I thought, okay, coRe might need them. But at least finally able to clean this up over here. Now coRe should be able to reclaim some area there, but at the end of the day, we finally do have a keep in the middle. It's securing stone. coRe can now start getting more and more keeps up. The issue is SortOf is now at the point where he can make his own bombards.
SortOf has a window right now. He just needs to sense it and push is the challenge here. And he's doing it. He's got horsemen riding again. Like, you have to know after you saw those farms.
Yeah, coRe cannot remass enough in time to deal with that. Granted, SortOf. And does he have any farms at all?
Wait, really?
I think he's just moving... I think so far he's mainly just been moving out onto the resource on map. No, 3 farms so far.
No. Wow. And those 3 farms, like, it may seem like a small number, Crackety, but that's 3 farms more that have been working for the last 3 minutes for SortOf than coRe's had. It's a big amount.
Yeah, coRe, he's gonna hate himself for not building that keep on the food economy, I feel like, in a little bit.
No.
Wait, another keep, but it's on the... Oh, no.
Not
where he wants it.
So one thing that does surprise me is SortOf prioritize siege works over biology. I think bio just wins you the game.
I mean, siege works got rework, right? So it's not as strong as it used to be.
Oh my goodness. Villagers, again, unable to work. The unemployment line in China just keeps getting longer. Don't worry, that's what this population control method's for. Wait, he sends them back to work.
Is the piece. Yeah, I mean, needs the food, but...
What food?
The range shooters just can't kill him enough.
It's only a 35 villager league. We've been here before when SortOf was playing Abbasids. I mean, it's not
still
really...
Song Dynasty.
Yeah. Might have to whisper a remorseful song for his funeral here because there's still another 20 ponies coming.
Yeah, that's the issue, right? Okay, of course, finally adding in some spearmen. The issue is, like, with Song Dynasty, you're putting so much food per minute into just villagers.
Yeah.
Like, you're spending 600 food per minute just on villagers. Poor, he's roughly getting 600 food per minute. He's not making any military units because he can't afford them.
He can make castles, though. Like, this apparently is the master strategy. Yeah, just build a gajillion castles.
Yeah, I mean, like, a keep on the farms would have saved him so much headache so far in this game.
I think he's just got Sacred Site brain at this stage. He just keeps trying for that win condition.
I mean, we're kind of past the stage where you can Sacred Site victory, I feel like. Single Spearman, Horseman in again, on the food economy. Yeah, it definitely feels like he is going for that win condition.
Yeah.
But it's still 9 minutes away.
I mean, it works nicely when you're at 200 pop, and you just feel like you can throw bodies at a fight. When your opponent has double the population...
Oh, no.
It's about to get an even bigger lead. Villagers get found. There are bombards here. The castle's going to get dropped. Okay, so Stone Operation has gone kaput. coRe is going to find himself, as is fitting to his name, in the corner probably in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, so Sacred Site at least is going to get decapped pretty much for sure now. Can coRe muster enough of a force to fight back against this? I mean, we're now to a big mass of Streltsy as well, 20 Streltsy. Horsemen as a front line. You can't just go with mass hand cannons, and coRe doesn't have the numbers even if that was the case.
Yeah, he's definitely losing the gunpowder race, you know? This is almost feeling like Europeans with guns turn up to a place that does not have guns.
Yeah.
Even chem, just to make those cannons a bit better. And, well, he's rotating again. My God.
Yeah, these horsemen, they've done such a great job so far in this game. I mean, 85 villages down, and the wall... Oh, no.
Wait, stone walls? Oh, God.
I mean, I get the idea, but just a little bit too late.
Yeah, but there's still a gap. There's another gap.
There is another gap.
There's a big one.
Just go around.
When someone gets the front tooth knocked out, he thinks about going in. A little bit of hesitation. I think that might have been an A-click, actually, from SortOf. However, the main army is also approaching.
There's Spearman at the front. Oh, no, the nest of bees.
There's a bees. Who cares? I'm a pony.
Yeah. Wait,
all I care about are farms.
Does he have the Imperial Age upgrade for the Nest of Beasts? That could actually
felt like it. It felt like the damage.
They shot a lot of.
Oh no. Okay.
No.
If you.
No.
If you look on a Nest of Bees, you can tell they get the icon when they have additional barrels. No additional barrels.
3 additionals. It's a pretty massive bonus there. Ever since they nerfed them in Cast Age, which was a good nerf. Long overdue.
Yes. Now we have a problem. This is mass bombards, and you've got mass hand cannoneers. And the problem is that SortOf got fine-tuned guns. So
Yeah.
those are just giant anti-hand cannoneers. Yeah. And I'm impressed. I mean, SortOf getting a 2-0 here, which is what it feels like we're getting. And
Yeah,
only
it
recently
does
coming
feel
back
like
to
that.
him.
Yeah. Granted, he is playing for like 8 hours a day. Whenever
Oh
he
yeah,
is
the guy's a
playing.
monster. Like, he's just non-stop. I get online, I'm like, 8-hour stream? 9-hour stream? Okay.
I go to work watching him, I come back from work, and he's still streaming.
It's commitment. Gotta respect it. And, you know, obviously he's not playing from minute zero, not like in a laser situation. There is an inherent skill that's there from the hours played previously. But at the same time, he was missing AWOL for, what, 2 years? A lot has happened in 2 years.
A long time, yeah. There's Nest of Beasts, but against 3 bombards, 4 bombards now. And without the Imperial Age upgrade. I mean, well, I think SortOf probably has the Imperial Age upgrade on his Mangonauts. Maybe not. It's quite
I
expensive.
don't think so. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he
it
just
doesn't
prioritized
look
the
like it.
bombards.
Fine's coming
Understandably.
in.
Just to be short, it is going to get rid of one of the mangoes. Streltsy get tickled a little as well, but the bombards are sniping out that back line. There's even horsemen arriving. This has to be it. I just don't think that was enough damage from the knobs.
Yeah, the Mangonel still remaining.
Not to mention the
Just destroying
bombards. They're just
everything now.
one-hitting everything. Like, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Aye, aye.
And more cav on the way. This should be
that's
the
too
GG
many.
moment for coRe. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
that's
nothing
it.
left.
This
Ah.
has to be it now.
He has more siege than you have bio, and obviously double the bio. It's just, there's no way. coRe, this was a wild one, man. Kind of a crap or get off the seat type moment into somehow surviving, but in the end, SortOf is undeniable. Return to competitive Age of Empires 4, and already getting 2-0s like this.
That was a wild game. Like, SortOf played it really, really clean, I want to say. Like, the wall in the middle, it worked.
Like,
It
I was shocked.
absolutely worked.
Because in your brain, you're like, this shouldn't work. You know what I mean? Like, in this meta, walling that early is like, whew, really giving up that much time and terrain? But he
I
had
think
a
that
cool
was-
plan.
I think it was fine overall. I mean, like, holding the wall against the match you can do, like, with the
Yes.
Mangonel. That's more the impressive thing there. I think, legitimately, like, if the first keep was to secure farmland, that could have been a much better play for him. Like, when he pushed, at this point here, when he pushed into sort of space, if there was something behind that, economy-wise, that could have been a game-ending move there.
Mm-hmm. But can't fault him. So commiserations to coRe. He'll have to come at it again in qualifier number 2. That means that SortOf's going to be able to continue through. In terms of matchups, he'll likely face, I can't remember the outcome, Makomi versus Niskia. In that side of the bracket, the most likely candidate is going to be CSO. CSO is an interesting one to think about down the line. I feel like CSO is threatening, but nowhere near as consistent as a Louis MT has been in the last few months.